Do you want to know about the different types of allergies and air quality in Seattle, Washington? Well, stay tuned because this video, that's what we're going to talk about. Hey everybody, my name is Tova Williamson and I am a local real estate agent here in the Seattle metro area. I shoot tons of videos of what it's like to live in the area. So if those are videos you want more of, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, click that bell so you'll be notified every time a new video comes on. So we love hearing from you. We get reach outs every day from people wanting to move to the area. We love hearing from you, but we can't help unless you give us a call. So call, email, text, whatever you got to do, because we got your back when you're moving to Seattle. Okay, so today we're going to talk about everything you need to know about allergies and air quality in Seattle, Washington. This area, you would think that like generally the allergies are pretty bad here because we have so many plants and trees and pollen and all of that, but luckily they're not too bad here. Seattle, Washington was named one of the least challenging cities for allergies. So that's good. I think the biggest reason that we don't have as bad of allergies here and allergens is because of the rain, and it just keeps the pollen down. Normally other places that are drier, the pollen kind of just like floats out in the air and gets everywhere. But here we have so much rain during the springtime when like that pollen's being produced that it helps keep it down, and we just don't experience that much of the pollen in the air. So I think that definitely helps. I am not a sufferer of seasonal allergies myself, luckily. My husband, he gets them. I don't know if there's some tree, like when he walks through parks with this tree, he gets like an itchy throat, but then it's gone. So it's not necessarily a place that you're like rubbing your eyes as much. That's not to say that some people don't suffer from allergies here, but it's just not as bad as other areas. We've got this handy little chart here that I found that just lists, Seattle's the least challenging in the area. There's some other areas too, some other cities that you might consider too, if you're thinking about getting out of any of these places that are bad and moving to some of these other areas. I also have a chart to show which talks about kind of the main culprits for allergies here. So this is good to know if there's like a certain thing that you're allergic to. These are kind of the main ones here. So we've got like hazelnut, birch, cedar and juniper, elm, cottonwood, all of these. And you can just see these times of the year are definitely during like the spring when everything's blooming. Once we get into the summer, it's really like all of those have gone, everything's already bloomed. So it's just pretty, it's definitely drier here in the summer. We don't get as much rain, but then we're not having like all of that pollen floating in the air. It looks like down here, there are some grasses that kind of get a little bad during this time. And even weeds, but I think that generally compared to some other areas, it's just not quite as bad here. When we talk about rain quality, or I'm sorry, not rain quality. And when we talk about air quality, this area tends to have like pretty decent air quality too, just in general. The state of Washington has ranked third for best air quality in the nation. So Seattle, I think, is definitely in that scale. We're a bigger city. There's definitely, pollution from vehicles and cars here. We get wildfires in the summertime sometimes, and that definitely messes with air quality for sure. And if people are like, sensitive to that, like you'll definitely experience that. We've been lucky so far this summer. We haven't really had any wildfires yet. It's July right now, 2022. So we're still kind of early in the season. There could still be some wildfires. We do, like, there's sometimes in Canada, if there's wildfires burning there, that the smoke comes down our way, or even in the forest, like more east in the state in Eastern Washington, we'll get some of the smoke from those. So it can be pretty bad sometimes. I'm trying to think, like last summer, it was maybe like a week or two that the air was just really bad. You could like see the smoke in the air. It was just like super hazy. And it's pretty rough, especially if you don't have AC and you have to keep your windows open because it's also hot then. So you want your windows open. So it can be kind of tough for people that are sensitive or maybe that like have asthma. It's not most of the year. It's usually a kind of a short time, and it's not super predictable of when that will happen, but it definitely is something that we do experience. I feel like the wildfires are not as bad here as other areas of the West Coast, but we do still definitely experience them, and we do get air pollutants from them. That's something too I always like remind people, and when we're having bad fires, if it's like a bad fire season, to change your air filters in your furnace, because that's what's like filtering the air through your house, and it gets really dirty and like filled up with pretty nasty stuff during those fire season times. Another thing, just for like air pollution in general, I feel like Seattle is a fairly environmentally conscious city. Like a lot of people like have that on their radar. So I mean, yes, we do still have a lot of cars and traffic and air pollution from that, but we also have a fairly decent public transportation system here. It's not that great, but it's not too bad. And I know a lot of people use that. So it just lessens the amount of cars on the road. Also, people here are very big into biking and commuting that way. So it's just lessening the amount of air pollution. And I think just the biggest benefit we have in that section is just the rain. Like people complain about the rain here. It's like, it's gloomy and bad, but it also keeps like that pollen down, and it just keeps the air pollution down. I used to live in Phoenix for a while, and I just remember there'd be like times where there's be no rain, and it's just like there's this brown cloud of just pollution from all of the cars and stuff there. So I think at least here, like we may have just as much air pollution as some of those places, but the rain helps just mitigate it a little bit and keep it down and not as like out in the air. So that's like the benefit to the rain here. People complain about it, but there are good things that come from the rain too. So that's about it as far as air quality and pollution and allergens in the area. So we do get them, we do experience it, but it's really not as bad as some other areas. And we have to just thank the rain for that. Moving to Seattle can be tough, especially if you don't know the area and you just don't know the certain things to look out for. So that's why we want you to give us a call. We love helping you. We love helping you navigate the area, but we can't help unless you call. So give us a call, email, text. We got your back when you're moving to Seattle.